Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Something a little different for this week's video. I have a ton of clips from this week. So what we're gonna do is actually just kind of go through the clips. I'll jump in it every now and then when I need to narrate stuff, but I have several little vlog clips to kind of bring you on our journey this week. It was a very fun-filled week, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So we just went to the post office. Can I sit? Good. And we saw something on the way. We saw a crane. It looks like they're putting some decorations up. So he was pretty chill with it. I thought he was going to be totally fine. But then he spooked a little bit. And then there's that road crossing right there. And I'm glad he didn't spook after he crossed the street. Big old car decided to blow their horn. So that probably didn't help with that. So I am grabbing some yummy treats and we're going to go back there. So you can see we're just walking around, walking towards the crane over here, and sorry to shaky footage a little bit, but trying to do basically counter conditioning with this and hold the camera is a little challenging, but you can see we're just slowly walking towards it. I'm definitely checking his behavior signs. You can see his ears kind of go back a little bit. I'm cutting a lot of clips out. It's really the same thing. I'm asking for some really easy stuff from him, some sits, some downs, mostly watch me, pay attention. Anytime he looks at it like there and looks back at me, I go ahead and give him a treat for engaging and disengaging. And then here we have some sped up walking. I do have turkey on me, which is super high value for him. So I do have a little bit of jumping, but he actually does really good here, just kind of walking around. By the time we got here, the crane, they were pretty much done with the crane, but there is still some loud truck noises, and of course the workers you can kind of see in the background that are in safety yellow back there. So hey guys, what's up? We're just back from our morning walk. Cold this morning with the wind chill. It was like a 27, so coats were on. I have a little video from my phone about our walk, so I will throw that in there. Basically, but right now we're gonna go ahead and do some nail trims. Because I always forget on Tuesday, like, it's supposed to be Toenail Tuesday, right? There's always something comes up. So, go ahead, grab the Dremel, and we have the breakfast, and we're going to go ahead and do a little update on our nail trimming. So here's nail trimming. Of course, we speed this up like crazy and I cut some of it out. But you can see he's doing really, really well. I'm treating him about every 1 to 2 toenails still. Just making sure it's nice and positive. You can see Elsa in the background kind of waiting her turn, which is always kind of funny. I've gotten this so far with all my dogs. They kind of just wait for their turn to go. But you can see he's like quite relaxed and he's just waiting for the treats. So still kind of working out the best way to get him in the position to trim, but so far so good. Here we have a video of him walking in his boots. I went ahead and did some more training after our nail trim, so he's doing so good here. When I first put him on, a little bit of boot walk, but you can see he's walking pretty normally. And then I went ahead and grabbed the rec specs, and we're doing a little bit of training with that. Again, this is the same training session. Going probably a little long, but mainly with gear sensitization, you're really just feeding them. So this is the first time like he's walking a little bit and he starts to paw at them. Okay, so a little update. He went out. Sorry, I have to wash my windows, but you might be able to see him out there going to the bathroom all by himself. Well, kind of. Elsa's right on the patio right there, but going to the bathroom, and I was actually able to close the door this time. It is cold today, so that was really nice. That's why I didn't have to go outside, so that's good. But yeah, little steps. Him being able to go outside by himself shows a little bit more independence. Also, if you're watching my previous videos, you know that he's been jumping out of the X-Pin. And I had originally had it there at the very beginning, and then I had moved it here so it's a little closer to my desk. And now it's back here, and as you can see, and he doesn't jump out of it. He's pretty calm in it, so he's doing pretty good about that. So here's a little Friday session that we did. I'm starting with touch. I'm actually introducing his nudge command for his alert behavior. So I do this by doing touch first and holding it close to my leg. I also picked up on this really quickly. He's taking a little bit more time. He doesn't have a firm nudge, and that little nudge that I didn't click, he didn't touch me. So obviously the point is for him to touch me, so I'm waiting for that. He's a little jumpy with it. I'm still kind of decided if this is actually going to become his alert behavior or not. Later that day, we have our Christmas parade, which he did really well. I just have some treats down in the grass that he's sniffing and eating. We're kind of behind the crowd here because I wanted to be able to back out if necessary. I also think it was great not to over-simulate him. This is his first time in like a crowd of people, and you can hear lots of air horns and big old truck horns going off, and he was a little bothered at first, but not for too long. But this first time in a crowd, and he's doing fantastic. Not being right up on the parade was great. Not to super over-simulate him. We had the marching band go by, as you can see here. Big old marching band with big old drums, and he didn't care at all. And honestly, the only time I've really seen like marching bands and live music is at Disney, so I'm like so taken back to going to Disney, and hopefully one day Kenobi will do that, and it looks like he doesn't care at all, and it just kind of warmed my heart. It was a really great moment, I think, in our training this week. Was probably my favorite, was listening to this live band, and you can see he's 100% unfazed by it. Ears go back a little bit for those really big drums, but he really didn't seem to care at all, which was fantastic. He did so well at this parade. We were there for a good 40 minutes before I ran out of treats, and then we went ahead and headed home. It's definitely one of our longer outings, but he rocked it, and always was ready to leave if he needed to, but he did so well. And even here, when the crowd went off, which is something that Elsa always struggled with, he did actually very well. Ears back a little bit, curious about it, but he perks right back up. You can see right here, this little clip is basically his view of the parade. So he wasn't super overly stimulated. Visually, this was more sounds and crowd that we were socializing to, and he did fantastic. So here's another little training session on Saturday, just going over our sit down, stay stuff, kind of preparing for our PetSmart class. So making sure we've gone over all of our basics, and I'm using the clicker here. because we're trying to use clicker more. I didn't use a lot of the clicker with Elsa, but it is a awesome tool. So you can see I even switch from using it and not using it. It is really great for training behaviors, but you gotta also be able to not use it, so.
Yes.
So,
good job.
Again, we're going over nudge here.
Yes.
By pointing out my leg. He's doesn't have it super down, but he's slowly getting it.
Yes.
His biggest thing is he likes to just get closer and closer to me and jump on me. So here's another angle for you guys so you can see a little better. If you guys have some ideas to curve the jumping,
good boy.
Right now I've just been pushing him off, like you see here, which looks a little rougher than it actually is, but
yes, good.
it seems to be working. Not a preferred method, I would say, but you really can only work one thing at a time.
Yes,
So you're either going to work on the
boy.
non-jumping or what I'm actually trying to work on, which is the nudge here. So.
Yes, good.
So here I'm just kind of waiting for him to offer the behavior and to try to capture it. Usually after you get a decent idea and you kind of wait them out, they'll kind of keep doing it and they'll do it harder until you have a really nice nudge. So I was testing him, see if he was there, but I don't think he is. I think he's still kind of confused on the behavior, but you can see he offered a pretty good one right there.
Yes.
It's something that we're going to continue to build. You know, this is one of his main tasks is going to be medical alerts.
Yes.
So.
Good boy. Yes. Good boy. Yes. Good boy. Yes. Good job. All right. That was very good. That was very good. Can you spin? Yay. Off. Dress. Good
Here we go back. This is later in the day. We're doing a little bit of gear desensitization. So
Good boy.
we got the vest out and it's getting caught on his collar. So I do end up taking his collar off.
Yes, we're getting big.
Also, I think the vest is a little tight and needs to probably be loosened up a little bit. So, but we're just practicing putting on a vest, and that the vest is a good thing. It's part of working and all fun stuff. So that's all I am. I'm actually have my headset on. As you can see, I'm talking to somebody at the same time of training. But he was bored and I wasn't, doing anything. So kind of the multitasking thing, right? My hands are free. I can train my dog. Also, another place you can train your dog is when you're watching commercials or watching TV. You can do some training sessions with your dog. So just some ideas for you guys. You can always find times for training if you're creative. So here we're practicing doing stuff on leash, and this is because this is kind of what we're going to run into when we're out. We're going to have a harness on, we're going to have a leash, we're going to have a collar on. So if you always train at home without a leash or anything on and we're just doing treats, and then you go outside and they have everything on, it's a different setup. So you want to try to emulate as much as possible at home what you're doing out and about, so that your only thing you're actually working on is the different displays.
Good boy. Hey guys, it is Sunday and this is kind of a horrible way to end the week, but I've been giving this dude, I think, a little too much freedom, and he's eating sticks again, I'm pretty sure, because he's having diarrhea, and he had a couple accidents last night, and just now he went over to the door and he peed in front of the door, and yeah, we need to take some steps back. He's on his drag line again. It's just, we are regressing. And it's not fun. I'm all dressed, ready to go outside because I'm going to go outside and clean up the yard. We had a couple windstorms which knocked a bunch of the old tree branches down, which I think is where he's getting the sticks. So, and we're probably going to have to implement actually every time he goes outside using the muzzle, because at this point it's becoming medically necessary for him, which sucks. But I can't break it right now with the e-collar. I'm not going to use the e-collar on it. He's too young. So we're going to use the muzzle, and he's going to be more tethered on a leash because he's showing me he cannot be trusted. And this just sucks. But part of the reason why I'm trying to make this blog, I'm trying to make it very open for you guys. I'm trying to show you the struggles even me as a trainer is facing. So, yeah, kind of a horrible way to end the week. Hopefully we'll have a good highlight because later today we will be going to our PetSmart class, our first PetSmart class, or ×2 if you guys have been watching. We started earlier, did 2 classes, and they rescheduled us to a later time so that there's more people in the class. And I'm like, that's fine. I'm paying to get around other dogs. I'm not really paying for the classes because at this point I think he's pretty much learned everything. By the end of the class, he'll have mastered everything that's in the class because I also have the booklet. So more on that later, but right now I'm just going to go outside and clean up the yard. Having a puppy is so fun sometimes, right?
So this is just a little clip from the beginning of the week, the two having fun running around the yard. Just wanted to outro this video saying that our PetSmart class went really well. We kind of just picked up where we left off. We didn't get any new people in the class. He did very well. Again, this is really basic stuff that we are going over in this puppy class. But it's good for him to get out and to train around other dogs, so it is worth it for me, and we're enjoying it. So definitely some highlights and some lowlights this week. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a thumbs up if you did. Do hit the subscribe button if you're enjoying some of my videos. I thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!